Are we ready? Let's focus. I think we're ready. Hello everyone, my name is Kaylee and welcome back to my YouTube channel, Kaylee & Co. I have another marketing video for you guys. This one has a little bit of a twist on it, okay? A little bit of a hot take situation on things that we're currently seeing right now in the marketing space, which includes everybody sharing their 2021 predictions. What's going to happen when it comes to social media, what's going to happen when it comes to the types of content that brands are putting out, what are we going to see in this digital online space as we go through the year and as we still deal with a lot of the effects of the pandemic. I could just sit here and talk to you about what my predictions are, but what I'd rather do is react with you to a lot of the information and predictions that are being shared out in the online space right now by experts. People who have researched this, people who are making these predictions off of data. I have my own ideas about where we're gonna see things go, but my whole goal with this video is to react through a lens of somebody who maybe has their own small business, is creating their own brand, runs a startup, and has to figure out how to digest this information and actually make it actionable. The whole purpose of starting this conversation in the first place is to get you to start thinking more creatively when it comes to you creating your own content for your brand. I did some research and pulled up some articles and videos. We'll sit down, react to them together, and then at the end of the video just talk about maybe some things that I thought were missing or what my own predictions were. So buckle in, enjoy, and also get your fingers ready because as we go through, I'd love if you guys would live comment and also share your opinions, reactions, and predictions too for what we're going to see when it comes to marketing in 2021. So let's go. Ouch. Okay. I literally sandwiched myself from my desk to my wall. I have about 6 inches I'm dealing with over here, but it's fine. Forgot my blue light glasses. Okay. We are back, we are better than ever, and we are ready to start reacting to marketing trends and predictions for 2021. So first up, when I started Googling this, no surprise that one of the people who came up first, who came up often, who had a ton of hour after hour long videos around this is Mr. Garyvee himself. How would I define Garyvee as a person, as a thought leader? Let me see, I'm Googling him right now. Gary Vaynerchuk is the chairman of VaynerX, a modern day media and communications holding company. And so basically, because he owns a media company, he gives advice and shares thought leadership on what we're going to see when it comes to trends in media and how different startups or brands can really get their own footing in the saturated marketplace that is today's online world, right? So let's see what Garyvee has to say on this subject. The video that I'm starting to watch is Top 2021 Marketing Strategies to Get Your Business the Most Attention Possible. So let's get into this.
The great misstep of B2B 2020 marketing, 2021 marketing, is not understanding that everybody that just raised their hands, in my opinion, one man's point of view, need to be putting out 5 to 15 pieces of creative on LinkedIn a day. A day. Excuse me for 1 second.
I had to pause right there. 5? Did he just say 5? Wait a minute. I'm 6 minutes into Gary's video and he is saying, especially for B2B marketers, that they should be putting out 5 to 10 pieces of creative and content on LinkedIn a day. My reaction to that, let's just make this official. What? People are so saturated, just like how I was saying earlier, within the online space whenever they go on LinkedIn, on social media apps. LinkedIn is one place where they're going to get information. They're saturated when it comes to finding content on then Instagram, jumping to TikTok, going to Facebook, going to Pinterest, going into their email inboxes. Content is getting hit at them from a ton of different places. So when Garyvee says that that should be your cadence of posting daily, what I think is interesting interesting about that is that's kind of tuning to the problem on the brand side, that they have so many little chances a day to capture somebody, a potential customer or a current customer or an audience member's attention. So from Gary's point of view, he's saying the more that you can post and keep it consistent and then make sure that people are familiar with what you're doing, the better. I think for me this comes down to the quality versus quantity situation, and honestly I'm still experimenting with this when it comes to my own brand and brands that I work with and trying to grow. I don't know if that's actually the best way to do it, and I think that it really depends on your strategy and how you ideally want your ideal customers to interact with you, right? Either way, baseline, my first reaction, stress, complete stress. 5 to 10, 15 pieces of content a day on one single platform is just a lot. To think about the systems that you would have to put in place to manage that, as somebody who has a small team, be crystal clear on how that's helping your brand grow. Well, let's watch a little bit more about this.
When I talk about everybody's businesses here and I say 15 a day, I talk about media planning. So I want you to make a video that might be targeting a certain state, a specific organization, a specific problem narrowed to one of the business that you're trying to target may have.
In the video, this one lady brings up a point where she's like, whoa, when I first hear that, I'm pretty adverse to it, which is what we went through, okay? Me and you reacting to this video. She's like, whoa, you know, I have a colleague who posts twice a day on LinkedIn and we are all so annoyed with her. We tune her out. It's not relevant, and if anything, it's more annoying than helpful because she just posts so much and I just don't ever see myself doing that. So what Garyvee then goes down to explain, you should leverage media planning, advertising to get that content in front of the right person at the right time in the right place. Now, I think that this speaks to another trend, and I didn't fully listen to this all the way through. I'm definitely going to come back to this video, but this speaks to another really important trend that I think is going to be more critical than ever for brands trying to just cut through the chaotic and noisy online space these days, and that is to be super, super hyper specific in the person they're talking to and the context that they're speaking to, because people are nuanced. It's not just about having a name to the persona that you're talking to in your marketing. You have to really understand what this person is navigating throughout their life on a daily basis at any given time. I think we saw that coming out of 2020, and that's going to become even more of a necessity and a skill that marketers have to figure out how to do. More that brands can be in tune with their customers, how to meet them where they're at, and how to also delight them with different things they care about beyond just like a transactional problem that you're solving, I think is where brands are really going to see success. So, first reaction to Garyvee, as per usual, is the whole, what? What did he just say? Is he serious? But in the end, makes a really good point. You have to fight that fight when it comes to the noisy environment, and his strategy is to put out more quantity, and his strategy is to also remain super, super hyper specific and targeted, which I'm not sure what my stance is on quality versus quantity, because I don't think there's one exact way to solve the problem, but I do agree that you have to be really in tune with your target customer. Let's move on to the next reaction. There's a woman whose video I found. Her name is Alex. She has a video called 6 Hottest Digital Marketing Trends to Watch Out For in 2021. So let's see what she has to say.
Brand activism. With the much needed rise of political, social, and environmental activism that the world saw last year, it's really no surprise to see brand activism pop up as an up-and-coming marketing trend. In the day and age of the conscious consumer, brands have no choice but to step up, speak up, and take responsibility, or else they risk losing an entire generation of customers.
Okay. Brand activism, brands taking a stand for something bigger is something that has been a trend for actually a really long time. And I know this because I've studied this. I used to work with the community of B Corps, which are socially and environmentally responsible companies that are certified when it comes to the impact that they're creating. So brands like Patagonia, Ben & Jerry's, brands who you think about, that when you think about them, you know what they value and you know that they care about things more than just the product they make. But my take on this is that it's not necessarily about brand activism. Because people are spending so much time consuming, it is very easy to see right through a brand right away. What the true trend is going to be brand accountability. Now, here's what I mean by that. Within the past year, especially because of the conversations around, the social climate, the political climate, the environmental, literal climate that is changing and needs some intervention, we have seen brands try to make different comments on topics related to that they know consumers care about. But 2021 is going to be the year where everybody looks at brands to see what action they actually took. At this point, if brands don't know about it or comment on those things, it's a wash. In my opinion, consumers aren't taking those brands seriously. If you put out a statement about your stance on racism, on, your environmental policies, what you stand for, a statement's a statement, a post is a post, but talk to us and share how you're actually implementing the things that you're saying that you're implementing, and take a leadership move in the market to actually show people what you're doing and put yourself out there and trying to create that change, not just tell us that you're creating that change. I think people are going to be looking at it with a more critical eye, and I think that that's great because that's showing that as a society and the way that we navigate business, brands are evolving and are changing. I want to pull up this article right here by Hubspot. This is called Marketing Trends to Watch in 2021 according to 21 experts. Hubspot is an email marketing platform. I think it also is a CRM, which stands for Customer Relationship Management tool too. There's a lot of different things you can do with HubSpot. I use it in my role, but I only skim the surface of what you can do with HubSpot. Anyway, I'm going to scroll through their blog post right now and then share with you what my predictions are. Ooh, okay. There's a lot of talk about tech, a lot of talk about data, but what they call out here is this need to design for human connection. So their prediction here is that community marketing is going to replace event-based marketing. Now, my reaction to this officially, because I focus on community marketing in my full-time role at a tech company, and we've launched our community, built our community, and tried to really nurture it to be a place where customers can get to know other like-minded people, find support, and find inspiration in how to solve this, shared problem that they're all tackling uniquely in their roles. And I think community is going to be really interesting because I think we're going to either see people do it really well or see people fall flat. The great thing about community marketing is that it offers people this additional connection. It gives people this extra depth and value and a mission that they can be a part of, and it's kind of like this one-stop place that they can really get their problems solved. That's really powerful because just like I said, when it comes to cutting through the noise of this online space, if people can find their community, find their people, they're gonna stay because it's gonna allow them to manage, their ongoing problems or find like-minded people and feel special and seen way more easily than they would if they were just blindly scrolling and just trying to make sense of all of the things that get thrown at them. People are connecting differently in today's day and age, so you're not necessarily going out and meeting your people in person. You have to find your people online, and community marketing is going to allow people to be a part of something greater and make that easier for them. People who have been in the community space and building communities for a long time know that it's actually a science and there's steps to doing this really well, and I think that in today's day and age, a lot of people just want shortcuts, and there's no shortcuts when it comes to community. You have to really build the foundation and authentically, foster those relationships. So it's gonna be interesting to see how that all turns out. Let me know if you guys want another video about that topic because I could talk a lot about it. A huge pro of community marketing and a trend that we're going to see that's not necessarily new, but people are going to lean into it more, going to be user-generated content. The woman who I'm going to show you a video of talks about this in her video too. User-generated content really came on the rise when everybody started going online on the internet and consuming content, and people started realizing that traditional ads that just shoved information down people's throats or just was blaring in their face wasn't working. They needed a more seamless way for people to consume information and be open to products, and we really saw the rise of the influencer industry and the concept of influencers because that's what people wanted. By a brand working with an influencer, they're they're kind of mimicking what user-generated content would be, where somebody is testing out the product and giving recommendations to their friends, families, and networks. It like basically mimics that word-of-mouth marketing, which is the most powerful type of marketing you can have. Her video is called Top Social Media Trends to Expect in 2021. Her name is Imani Murray. Looks like she's a social media expert and marketer. I liked her video right away because she was wearing a shirt called Chief Experience Offer, which the concept of creating brand experiences and things that really stand out in a holistic way to customers is something else I could rant on for forever, but that's a topic for another video as well. Let me know if you'd want to see that. Anyway, let's play this a little bit and see how we feel about her social media predictions.
What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. I'm Imani Murray. So the first trend you're going to see happening on social media really is brands are going to become more human. So basically, instead of you just seeing the brand's logo and their products, you're going to see more of their actual team, whether it's their marketing team, their communications team, maybe even their IT team. You're going to see more of their internal team represented on their social platform. Putting a face to the name is better than just smacking a logo up there and calling it a day. People want to feel like they can really connect with you. So it's not as robotic as you've seen in past years. And I'm sure you've seen commercials, especially with COVID going on, where they're showing people are working from home. Their employees are working from home. They're trying to balance the working from home plus their kids doing virtual learning. You're seeing that more and more in social media posts, in commercials, in marketing.
I think that that is a really good call out. Sometimes when we think of things becoming more human or more authentic, you know, that contextual marketing of meeting someone where they're at is a part of it. I think, again, it's going to be a delicate balance of how people are going to do it. Right now, the first thing that comes to mind, there is these two big TikTokers that talk about marketing trends a lot. One was a guy who was like a top marketing director at H&M. He started talking about his job and what he's learned in that role. And then also the CMO, I think she's the CMO, not the CEO. She's in the C-suite of Rare Beauty, which is that new makeup brand that Selena Gomez is a part of. And she starts talking about her experience on TikTok, showing behind the scenes and how it applies to her role. So I think right away what that does is make these big brands that we see, we hear about, we see in stores actually more accessible to us in the way that we relate to them, because we do see a person that we associate with that brand that's not just a celebrity. It's somebody who's actively, you know, balancing work, life, family, and everything, trying to make this brand work. So it's just another crack that brands are going to be doing to become more relatable. So definitely agree with that. My reaction is yes, but it's got to be done well. Okay, so I dug into a few of Neil Patel's videos. I did notice that on YouTube, which makes sense because his main thing is his blog, so he's repurposing it. He changed a lot of his 2020 prediction videos to actually just say predictions for 2021, so I'm guessing he thinks that those things will continue. But the comment that he made that has me, oh, what? Is that search by voice will make up 50% of all searches by 2020. So in his content, he talks about how to get around that, how to navigate if people are finding answers to the problems that they have by like using Siri or using Alexa or using Google, whatever it is, voice. And this is mind-blowing to me. Absolutely mind-blowing. Because I guess I'm just like a late adopter to voice. I'm still getting used to even people sending me voice messages instead of text, but it makes sense with more and more voice capabilities and improved voice capabilities on devices that people are going to be doing this. It just stresses me out. A pro of this is that if you're optimizing your content for voice, the way that you write your website, you're able to make it more inclusive because people can do it more on the go. It's more conducive to their lifestyles, and then also if people have different accessibility needs, you're catering to that, which is good. I am just not sure about this, so this makes me sweat a little bit because I don't know what to even say about that besides that it's really good to meet your ideal customers, your consumers, meet people where they're at and how they're searching for information. And it's no surprise that audio and the benefits that audio content can bring to a consumer, the way that they consume and also navigate their life, listening to podcasts on the go, jumping into Clubhouse conversations on the go is going to be super important to cater to. So let me know in the comments if you guys use voice search a lot, if you voice message your friends, if you talk to Siri or Google or Alexa on a daily basis. How much is that a part of your life these days? Leave a comment below. I'm very curious about that. Whew. All right, so we're gonna wrap up the video right now with one last parting thought. You're going to see a trend around exclusivity. There's this mimicking that social media is doing to recreate live in-person events, live conversations that people aren't able to have anymore in ways that make it easy for people to participate, where it's not like you have to turn on your Zoom and, you know, stay glued to your laptops. We've already seen this pop up with the Clubhouse app, which is a new app that features drop-in rooms and conversations that people can join that are audio only. The thing about that is that they're live. You are actually not allowed to record any of those conversations and what people are saying. I think we're going to see a continued rise in those exclusive experiences, because exclusivity is going to actually drive people to participate and join in and interact and have that back and forth that they're craving and they're missing, but they're not thinking about as they wade through all of the content on a daily basis. You're going to see more live video, you're going to see more interactive chats, I believe. You're going to see more exclusive one-off opportunities where people have to show up at a certain time and commit to be there than not. It's going to be kind of a spin-off of this evolution of community marketing that we're going to see, but I think it's going to be pretty interesting. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that it gave you some new ideas for how to incorporate these new marketing trends into your brand. And I would love to hear what your predictions are in the comments. What are some things that we didn't cover? And I would also like to know if you'd like me to do a part 2 of this video. Lots of things that you guys are gonna have to comment, so get those fingers typing, okay? I wanna hear from you. And thank you again so much for watching this video. My name is Callie. I don't know if I introduced myself at the beginning, but I am a marketing consultant and I help startups really figure out how to create hype when they launch and activate that community of raving fans so that they can grow organically, authentically, and unlock that exponential growth that all startups are trying to achieve, right? So thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you soon in another video. And now I gotta figure out how to squeeze out from here and then go back over there. So wish me luck.